What is up, everybody? Thursday night, episode 99. We're here. And you know what we do, and we know how we do it, so let's get it going. What is up, numero dos? What's up, my brother?
Man, I'm excited to be here. It's been a long week. I'm ready to sit down and talk wrestling for an hour, maybe an hour and a half even.
This might be an hour and a half plus today because we've got.
Hey, those of y'all that are already tuned in, this is definitely a show. This was not our intention, but we have a super stacked conversation tonight. This is probably one of the more polarizing conversations we've ever had. Just to give those of y'all that are already in here a sneak peek, we're dropping matches. We're talking indie wrestling. We're talking GCW wrestling. We're going to talk New Japan. We're talking Evil. We might even give Evil some credit. We might even bash Evil. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I say we as the pit, not me. Now, y'all know I would never do my boy that way, but everybody in the pit gets a voice. I'm trying to avoid timeout. I'm just trying to call it like I see it tonight. Tune in. We're ready to talk.
Awesome. Well, we're all ready to talk. Let's bring in the rest of the Wees. What is up, numero tres?
What's up? Man, you always catch me off guard.
I tried my best.
I know.
It's almost as if like we're not backstage right before this, like preparing for this moment.
I mean, to be, listen, I'm running back and forth. I'm trying to do some pizza, I'm trying to watch a game, a whole bunch of stuff.
Angel's always like, "Oh, the pit. Well, hello there."
Yeah, like, hey, what's happening?
Hey, here I am on the show. Episode 99.
I'm gonna do next time. Hey,
we got also Ingorable. JP, what's up, man? You're muted. It's a good start.
Oh. Yeah, it's been a long day, man, at work and everything. But how's everyone doing today?
Good. Ready to talk some wrestling?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And definitely, last but not least, it's the yay mail moment where you're.
Hey! I wanted to do like the angel, like what?
Whoa, sorry. Excuse me, I'm on a show on Thursday night.
I just wanted to get that angel pop.
What is happening? How's it?
On a show?
Who would have thought? I tell you, we're 99 episodes I've been doing this. I'm gonna get it right one of these days. So we're gonna get it figured out. I think we're close. Next week is 100. So yeah, I see a lot of people tuning in a little bit higher eyes than normal in the beginning. That's probably because we promoted there's going to be a match announcement for the Mania weekend show for GCWA.
Nice.
GCWA does Texas or something, I think is what they're calling it. Just to recap though, they've announced Chelsea Green. They've already announced Gino Medina versus Matt Cardona is the first match announcement. We're going to be making the second match announcement. But La Rebellion they're going to be there. I believe they're still the tag champs as well. They're the GCW tag champs. So basically all their champs are going to be there. Their women's champion, the first ever women's champion, Rachel Rose, is going to be there. They've announced that as well. And then I should have already had this up and I didn't. So someone can start talking about.
I'm super excited about what you're about to do. I'm super excited about even more because just to connect that, like GCW's for the culture show. Not for the culture, the lucha show that they're doing, the Gringo
Roll Down Lucha.
Yeah, they've already started announcing some big names, which we kind of knew they were going to be there in Dallas. But like every time I see GCW be dropping those names for that lucha show, I keep thinking about it. Like, I wonder if Jeff's getting into some of these names. You know what I mean? Because every time I see, like, they announced Pagano, and that was the first thing I thought, ooh, GCWA might bark right up the Pagano tree.
Maybe not. We won't know that tonight, but we will know that there will be someone that has wrestled in GCW quite often here lately, but also, Texas' own, and he'll be going up against
Bandito.
Oh shit!
Versus Bandito.
What?
It's a big match right there.
Holy crap! That match is going to be amazing. I mean, we can say whatever we want. But you're talking about, you were saying GCWA and GCW and all that. I mean, ASF has been blowing up in GCW. They've been taking them and booking them all over the country. And Bandito, Bandito is Bandito. Yeah. I was like, I don't even know.
It's just Bandito, yeah.
I was wondering, how are you going to follow up Matt Cardona versus Gino Medina? I think they did pretty damn good.
Yeah, former Ring of Honor champion. You know,
Yeah.
former
Is it-
PWG
I mean-
champion.
Well, is he former or just the last? Or
No. He's still the PWG World Champion.
No, but he was a former Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
He's still claiming he's still the Ring of Honor World Champion. He's facing
That's what
aggression for the undisputed.
Yeah, the titles aren't
Ring of Honor.
vacated. That's true.
Ah,
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So he's
Oh, good
he
shit
said
then,
former-
Yeah,
Even bigger.
GCW still markets the Briscoes as the Ring of Honor tag champs.
Yeah,
Sure.
so there it is.
This could potentially be a Ring of Honor World Title match. So
yeah.
That's a
You know?
big match, y'all. Like I'm super
Huge.
excited about this GCWA card. Jeff led the pack with match announcements for Dallas weekend. Like Jeff was absolutely
talent announcements. Yeah.
talent announcement was first and match announcement was first. Like Jeff has really been on fire, and this match is right there for those of y'all that have not been following ASF's run in GCW. Like we talk a lot of shit
Everywhere.
about how GCW books the luchadors and the middleweights and shit like that, but honestly. The thing to me about the way that they've been booking ASF, they've given him a strong storyline. They've connected him to Gringo Loco. They've worked together a lot. Those matches have led to like a small miniature feud. It's all scrambles matches, but they've all led to great places for ASF. ASF was on the card at Hammerstein. ASF killed it this weekend at Believe Me and the other one, the God bless, I can't remember the name of it, but they had 2 shows. ASF killed it in both of them. It was great. Like Bandito versus ASF, that's possible match of the weekend, honestly.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like I thought that was what Mark Cardona, Gino Medina was going to be. Honestly, I was like, when Jeff told me about it, I was like, man, that's like the show of the weekend of all the shows. Like I'm talking even WrestleMania. Like I think that match could steal the show.
I honestly think that when it comes down to the talent that's in Texas and everything like that, I think that the Indies are going to end up killing it a lot harder than the WrestleMania is. I'm sorry. I know I'm not a fan of the E. We don't talk about the E, but it's like just the shows that have been announced, the talent that has been announced, the talent's going to be in Dallas. It's just going to be amazing. It's like I'd rather spend, and I think we've said it before on the show, I would rather spend my money at the indie shows than to buy one ticket for the E.
Unless it's
No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Jeff is a great eye for talent, but they also ML's points amazing. I mean, we've said that. That's the whole argument of indie versus the big companies.
Yeah.
It's like you get way more for your money at any show. I dare anyone to ever debate that ever. And this is someone that has paid top dollar for backstage passes at big shows, front row, pay-per-views all over the country. But like, yeah, there's no value more than indie show.
And I was going to say, like, just shout out to like Texas wrestling because I've seen in the past other areas try to do this. Like before the pandemic, Tampa, some of the Tampa promotions were kind of doing their own thing. But this is like the first time where I'm really seeing like a whole area of promotions getting together. Like, hey, this is our own little section where it's gonna be nothing but Texas wrestling. I hope like this is like a trend that we see like in LA and Chicago and other places because it's a brilliant idea. Like it's a great way to get exposure for a lot of guys that we see all the time.
I think it's like shout out to Lamont. I think he's the one who was really trying to get everybody together. So shout out to him. He was doing a great job, and he was
his area.
helping everybody out. Yeah, it's his area.
He
knew the place.
That's how it should work. If we had something down here, yeah,
exactly. So shout out to him too. He deserves a lot of credit. So he's putting in a lot of legwork to get everybody together.
One of the most underrated promoters in Texas.
Yeah,
straight up.
I see one of the comments over here about speaking of the E. Did y'all hear who's not with them anymore? I mean, if you want to address that real quick.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Hey,
damn it! What are you doing?
We'll be with us the whole show. Matt will be with us.
So he's new. JP's still new. JP's still new, so he needs to learn that the comments don't run the show.
It's quiet in there. It's quiet, JP.
We have some semblance in there. He's learning. It's okay. It's okay. I've still been in timeout more times than he has, so it's okay.
It's okay.
And I'm the one that puts people in timeout, so that's.
I was gonna say JP about to keep my seat warm. I'm sure I'll be in there at some point.
Yeah. And just for the record, when y'all saw Numero Dos bounce out, that was technical difficulties, not a timeout. He hasn't got a timeout.
I was actually trying to pull up some stuff for our upcoming segments. I was trying to see who else was. There was a couple announcements for the collective, and I accidentally clicked the X instead of something. I'm sorry.
Wah, wah, wah.
I want to put you in timeout right now just for that.
No.
That would be too easy.
It's always weird.
That'd
when
be too easy.
Changes. It's like Hollywood squares, but like I'm in a different square this week. It's like, oh, I'm not the center square anymore.
Yeah, and all we need is like the music and just go like, shit like that. And someone say really it's inappropriate thing, and then
Bruce Valanche down in the middle making terrible jokes, but yet people.
Bruce, oh my God! Can I be Betty White in the middle? Betty White, center square.
I love, dude. That guy was fucking awesome. He was always hilarious.
All right, I think I need to bring JP back. Y'all are getting out of control.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Before we start talking about game shows, which I was a hardcore game show fan.
JP had to sit out the whole Hollywood.
I had to do that a little bit on purpose. So.
Yeah.
So something else I want to bring up real quick before we forget, we're talking about indie shows, so I'll be remiss if I don't mention my own indie show. It's not coming up till April 23rd, but VIP tickets went on sale yesterday. There's very, very limited VIP tickets. That means, front row, autograph, poster of all talent, free t-shirt, that kind of gimmick. So that's happening now, and GA tickets and front row tickets go on sale tomorrow at 5:00.
Nice.
So the links are out there. I'm going to put this on there so we can just remember. And now we can move on. And then next week, just to tease, and it's also like the 100th episode. So I'm just going to drop all the match graphics for the PPW show next week.
Nice.
So be sure to tune in next week, but don't leave yet because we still got a lot of shit to talk about.
Episode, and we're getting PPW graphics and match cards. Man, what a better way to celebrate number 100.
Well, I got to wear my PPW shirt then. Got to wear my PPW shirt next Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Some of y'all have them. I'm just saying.
I got one.
Hey, I wear mine consistently.
I think Ashley's wearing hers right now, maybe. Ashley's on the couch right now wearing hers.
Oh, Lord, air horns. Good Lord.
Can you bring streamers and air horns? Hey, man, bring whatever you want. You just got to make it out. You know what I mean, JoJo? You always tell me you're going to be. You never know where you're going to be. JoJo, I brought you a beer, and I set it down on a table at Heavy Metal, and you never showed up to get it. So someone else took it and drank it. It was me, but I just wanted to tell everyone Metal, and he didn't come. Missed you, buddy.
Awesome. So, yeah, we'll, I guess, kind of step back into the Mania weekend or GCW was where we're going after the GCWA talk. So we have a little bit to talk about that, if I'm not mistaken. Is that
Big
right, Mr.?
shit.
Yeah,
Big drama this week, man.
Live that shit.
Let me just lead it in, and then I think JP is the guy in the know. So I think I just want to just put this one out there. Told you so. JP, tell us what happened this weekend, buddy.
Jesus Christ, where did we begin? Basically, a lot of people know Atticus Coder is no longer with GCW after a gigantic fallout with Brett Lauderdale this past weekend at the GCW shows.
He was booked
basically
for both shows. And I think there was also saying that Brett Lauderdale was kind of furious that Atticus Coder was also competing at a Matt Tremont's H2O promotion. So there was a big issue. It's been stemming for a while now. That promo that he cut before the Hammerstein show was actually a shoot promo.
Oh,
I think I froze. Everybody wants to say it's like a shoot promo. Am I still in? No.
Yep.
Yeah. So there was a shoot promo that he cut that Brett Lauderdale was not happy about. Originally, Atticus Coder was supposed to face Sabu at Hammerstein, but apparently Sabu showed up all coked up, which honestly is not surprising. But
what?
And the match never happened.
Sabu doesn't do that. What the hell?
No one's ever said that about Sabu. That has got to be a nasty rumor.
That's the rumor I've always heard. But but the match never happened. Everyone saw what happened with the semi with 0440 and Mance Warner and Matthew Justice. And Atticus Coder vouched to face Matthew Justice that show, and Brett Lauderdale said no. So that match never happened. This, like I said, it's been stemming for a while. Even back with Ricky Shane Page was still there, and he was standing up to Brett Lauderdale. Obviously, we have not seen RSP since I believe it was the War Games match. So
War Games was the last time RSP. You're right.
Yeah, that was the last time. So Circle 6 is coming. So that's Atticus' new home promotion. He's already booked Masada. He's already booked Schlack. I know that already. I'm pretty sure he's going to get
a match today. Did you see that? They announced Schlack's match today.
Oh, who's he facing?
Jacob Fatu versus Schlack in a no DQ match at Circle 6.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Yeah,
that's a hard one.
it was a big to do. Like, you got to look at the series of events that took place. Like, we had Atticus on both matches, and this was a death match heavy weekend. Like, for those of y'all that follow GCW, they've been really hybrid, and they really leaned more towards pro wrestling than death match wrestling, keeping most of their death matches as main events or one show deals. This was a 2-card weekend, and both cards had multiple death matches on it before you took Atticus out. So this was a big deal that we all of a sudden show up Friday, and we already hear these grumblings and these rumors that this is kind of circling and there's shit bubbling up backstage. And then the next day, H2O comes out, and Atticus is fighting Matt Tremont. And that's when basically everything started to break, that this shit was going down. It was a problem. The end result was, word is circling that Brett Lauderdale actually had Atticus removed from the building. I don't know if that's verifiable.
Wow.
But
the one Thursday that Atticus always said he was done, and Lauderdale asked security just to escort him out, which was just wow.
You have to think about this, okay? One thing that I really want to call out Texas wrestling for, okay, is promoters staying true to who brought them to the dance. Like, you do see a lot of Texas promoters bring in big names, but you see a lot of Texas promoters stay true to guys that have been with them. Atticus has done the job for a long time. I bitch a lot about Alex Cologne's 3-peat, but honestly, someone was eventually going to do it, so it made sense that it was now. It's not a personal preference, but Atticus put Alex Cologne over both times. And it's only so much that your workhorse can take without ever getting to be, the prize horse, before it finally it breaks. And the thing that even stems from it deeper, for those of y'all that are deathmatch familiar, there was actually a clothing company called MDK All Day. Josh knows about MDK All Day. And MDK All Day actually is the back runner with Atticus for Circle 6. If you're buying anything from Circle 6 right now, it's popping up on your PayPal as MDK All Day still. And that should tell you, supposedly what JP was telling us the other day was a big reason why Nick Gage got signed to a contract was because of Circle 6. And that's another big deal with Atticus, because you start trying to tell talent, I want to work you, but I want to treat him better. And that's where this fallout. And I know that we hear about this all the time. We hear about wrestlers, running off and doing other things. But this one's big. Y'all got to understand, like, this Atticus is not a joke in the indie world. Like, non-deathmatch or deathmatch, if you are at all familiar with GCW, you know about Atticus Cogar. Like, he's wrestled guys like Ninja Mac, Jordan Oliver, shit like that. He's a wrestler and a deathmatch guy.
Yep.
This is potentially a really strong situation for Circle 6. I think their destination is trash, but who doesn't hate LA? Go Dodgers, though. We're Dodgers fans. We
I was about to say, I was like, whoa.
Teeny tiny spoiler, but Atticus Cogar was supposed to challenge John Moxley for the GCW World Title at Spring Break, and obviously that's not happening anymore. So,
and that's a big thing too. Like, JP, you got to really think about GCW's Hammerstein show. GCW's Hammerstein show obviously was never going to be able to pay homage to the deathmatch side of GCW, but did the Hammerstein show really even pay a great level of homage to any of the talent that really got them there? I mean, Second Gear Crew had a really good spot. That was nice, but their main event was Homicide versus Moxley. That is not who that company has been built on.
Not even close.
Homicide has a lot of clout in that area, you know what I mean? Like, he's big up in the Northeast, and he's big everywhere. But like, honestly, like, that area is huge for him. Like, that was a lame ass main event to me.
Yeah,
I mean, I was thrown off when Homicide won that Battle Royal. I was like, Homicide won, huh?
But it's like a money. It's kind of like just the money grab. Is like he's just now. It's just like, oh, he just wants the money. So Mox is a big name. I'm gonna just put Mox in the main event. Like, I mean, just because he's whatever. I mean, if for a show like that, I mean, you're trying to pay homage and some sort of semblance to something, Hammerstein, you think of ECW, you think of GCW, you think of everything else, and then you get Moxley versus Homicide, which neither one of them are part of any of those things.
Brett's been really careless, and JP probably agree with me on how he's treated his belts. He has really not allowed his belts to do much for the roster that's been there for them at those times. For example, the tag team titles were with Miedo Extremo. Still playing Miedo Extremo. God, love them. Great tag team. The tag titles were with them for so long, and when they finally got them back, the first place they went to was Briscoe.
Yeah, it wasn't like 2 years or a year. It was some ridiculous amount like
they
that.
kept the belt for like 2.5 years or something because
Yeah.
during the pandemic they couldn't come back up.
Yeah, and look at how many tag teams that went through the ranks of GCW in all that time. They never got to touch those titles, you know.
Yeah.
And now they're doing the same thing with their heavyweight title. Like I love that, you know, Mox got healthy, and I love that they didn't strip him or bring that into it. But no one defended that belt for over 2 months, and then the first guy that gets it is someone that goes into a scramble full of GCW rostered guys, and he wins just because he's over. Like that's kind of bullshit.
And how over is he really though?
Brett loves him. I sat behind them. Juan and I sat behind Homicide and Brett on a plane coming back from the Collective. They're boys, dude. Like they're tight.
But but is he over? That doesn't make him. It makes him over with the person that matters.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's weird. He's over up there. They do that. ICW booked him a couple times too. They used to
I love Homicide. I'm not hating on him, but he's never. He's not a main event talent in my mind.
In the Northeast. I mean, Ring of Honor he was for a while, but I'll say that
Let me caveat that though real quick. But I say not a main event just because they were in main events doesn't to me make them a main event talent. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair, but I do believe Ring of Honor did a lot of the early years did build upon him, and then also with the tag team stuff with him. But I'll say in the Northeast area, maybe outside of Northeast, maybe he's not that big deal. But I can tell you right now, in the Northeast, Homicide's a big deal because he's you know very big with the Puerto Rican crowd, very big with the the homies and stuff like that.
No, I
was just saying, but I'm saying in that area. So it makes I get why they would do it at the Hammerstein because he's big in that area. Maybe nationally he's not seen as that, but I can see why they would do it for that particular area. Maybe that show was the wrong show to really have him there to be, and maybe have someone else. But
because wasn't that a pay-per-view for the country? That wasn't a show for.
Yeah, no, and that's my point though. That's my point. Like if it was a different show, maybe it would have made more sense. But yeah.
And like I said, he's over with the right person, right?
Yeah. And sometimes that's all he needs.
Well, I mean, that's all. It's definitely all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. It's just. It's just. I'll say. It's just. I find it just a little bit unfortunate just with the stuff with GCW because we've all been there. You know, we've all been fans for fucking years and years and years. So we've seen like some of our favorite promotions. You know, like they start small, they start getting bigger. And that's one thing you hate to see. Sometimes when they start losing their identity just so you can get that bigger exposure. Yeah. And I feel that GCW is getting very it's getting close to that. It's kind of weird. It's just like the same GCW that I used to watch like a year, 2 years ago is not the same what it is now. Not saying it's good or bad thing, but it's just you know we're seeing some of the after effects like the stuff with Atticus like. It should have never gone to that point.
Plus, you hated the Matt Cardona match at Hammerstein, so.
Oh, that fucking trash! I don't think me.
Here's the thing: like you can't. Growth is painful. Growth is uncomfortable.
Yes.
People get left behind. You know, like every good wrestler that makes it in the world, like you know, in the world of wrestling, very far, always tells you, like, you know, very few friends you're going to make in this business. So, like, that's an understood point. GCW had to be able to continue to do the big shit like with Cardona and shit like that. But you just got to think about things that just are really so over the top. Like, why was Jeff Jarrett at Hammerstein, but Atticus Cogar wasn't? Like, there are things that you can do that are best for a business. And then there are things that you do that you pissed on someone that you should have paid back. Like Atticus Cogar put Alex Colon over multiple times. He's put over a lot of people. He's done a ton of work. He's been booked almost exclusively with GCW over anybody else. Like Danny hasn't been able to use him. A lot of other places haven't been using him. Like he's a top name in this business. He's supposed to fight Sabu. And then when nothing comes of it, he just ends up on a bullshit throwaway scramble that he doesn't even come in. And I say bullshit throwaway scramble because that's what a Money in the Bank match is. Like, just so y'all know, anybody that's not getting that fucking that suitcase was in a throwaway match. Like, that's what it was. You're building up the winner. And I think that that's so shitty because you have to remember one thing. Respect, like or not with deathmatch, that is a very challenging sport. You go into a regular wrestling match, you walk out of a regular wrestling match. You go through a death match, you walk out cut up, you know, scarred. Shit's harder to deal with. You can only ask a guy to go through that so much and continue to take a seat to somebody like Alex Colon.
Colon.
I think
it's no disrespect to he's absolute ass. He said some shit.
I see what you're saying now. Yeah, okay,
I didn't agree with either. He told Murdoch flat out, "I don't have to wrestle 4 or 5 times a week. I'm that good." And I don't even think Alex Colon was the best deathmatch wrestler, like on that little section of tile he was standing on in that moment. So I'm over that. So I completely understand why Atticus Cogar posted out. Josh is a really good example of with PPW, the way Josh has booked PPW, like all your titles have meant something, your matches have meant something. Like those stories, they go somewhere. Atticus' story has just ultimately gone nowhere in GCW at the end of the day.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, and to me, of course, like that's really what everybody should try to do, and most people don't.
Right.
Like,
Where's
but
the payoff?
why?
Where's the payoff? Right.
Oh, it's a big name, man. Big name. Let's grab this big name. Let's grab that. This is back to the Moxley homicide thing. Let's grab this big name. Put a main event.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And this is how you work. Like, I get it. Like, say, we have companies that are based in towns, and then there's a Mania weekend. Okay, yes, you go do that in Dallas. Throw everything you can with your people against somebody. Like that works. You know what I mean? Like GCWA is doing. Like Gino was their champion for a long time. And now that he's going against Mac Cardona, their women's champion's going to be on the card. Their tag team champions are going to be on the card. Like all of GCWA's people are going to be. ASF has been in GCWA since, he's been wrestling probably. Like it was one of the first promotions he probably traveled to out of Laredo. You know what I mean? And he's facing Bandito. Like that's how you do it. Like those aren't storylines, of course, because you're not going to get Matt Cardona and Bandito in a GCWA storyline here in Corpus. But it needs to matter. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most of
Cardona should put up that NWA world title. That's what I say.
And I think I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I think Cardona is one of the most brilliant motherfuckers out there. Like,
yeah,
always was. It is so fucking next level. It's ridiculous. Like. I hope he takes that NWA title fucking everywhere, man. Like he's done so much cool shit with everything that he's touched, and people really shit on what he's done. And honestly, like people shit on Cardona's place on the GCW roster, and I agree 100% with something someone said. They don't get to Hammerstein this year without Cardona.
Yeah,
Cardona really took them to the next level. Like. Just them showcasing that they had the ability to book someone of that caliber. It just sucks that you can't turn around and also recognize that same situation with Atticus Cogar,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sad, And like I said, I don't want to even beat a dead horse about, my whole opinion of Brett Lauderdale anyway, so we're just gonna move on.
Well,
hey,
but my last little piece is the thing that we haven't got to, and she's not even a big talk. Atticus is not leaving alone. There's a rumor that several people have said if this is how you're fucking treating people, like they're a problem with how Brett's been trying to monopolize them and not let them get booked like crazy. And the rumor is that Schlack is not coming back to GCW for a while. Because Schlack was also supposed to be there this week.
I also heard that Atticus was trying to get Alex Colon to go to Circle 6 as well.
There's already talk that it's. If you're gonna pay me booking, why not? And this is not the first that we've heard of this. Like, I'm interested to see if y'all remember, like a month ago, there was the whole dilemma with ICW making the remark that GCW was trying to blackball them at a venue that they had used.
Yeah.
And
in Chicago, I think, right? It was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Chicago.
This weekend. It's a whole different venue. And people originally were like, oh, why would GCW do that? And GCW was like, we would never do that. And now there's multiple people out there saying GCW's been trying to blackball talent and promotions.
And none of them are their talent. Like that's like there's only one contract, right? Yeah, there's only one contract. Oh,
right.
That got really loud. There's only one contract.
I'll never understand that with promotions too. It's like, oh, if you work for them, you can't work for me. Why?
Yeah.
What are you paying me besides the one show? What are you paying me? What are you offering me? What is your guarantee that
I don't play none of that money? Bullshit when I book people
what's the point of that?
I don't book talent based on other promotions they've worked in, and I don't book talent through the teacher of their school that they went to either. Like I book talent. If you can't do your own bookings, then I'm not going to book you. You know what I mean? I don't have contracts either, so I don't want to deal with people that have people control over them.
It's like.
And that happens a lot, sadly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, I'm not doing that. That ends the conversation, And like I said, Brett Lauderdale doing like all these. Oh, this is a GCW guy. This is none of those guys are GCW guys. None of them.
There's only one GCW guy, and that's
There's
Nick
only
Gage.
one.
That's right.
it. He's the
That's
one.
right.
That's it.
Who also had been approached by Circle 6.
That's what I was about to say. Isn't he? Yeah.
There was rumor that he had also been approached by Circle 6, which was one of the rumors that was why like the lockup took place. And the contract came around altogether.
So is his contract like a contract like can't go nowhere contract, or is it like a
contract? Let's be real, like not to shit on anybody. Like nobody wants Nick Gage, especially not to. Those of y'all that saw Moxley come out of rehab, like shout out to both of them for making it. Anybody that gets better, like I'm for that. Like I'm all for that. So I'm not knocking them. But you know how Moxley got super skinny. Nick Gage went the other way, and Nick Gage has blown up. So now you have a guy that's like mid to late 40s, not in great shape.
He's toward the end, yeah.
Yeah, and he's also now like really overweight. He's gonna have to work down from that. So I mean, to say that Nick Gage is in the twilight of his twilight.
Yeah,
he was even before.
Yeah,
he was even before.
Work with them. One thing I do want to shout out before we move on, because my slot's definitely over. I shit on Alex Colon a lot on this show, and a lot of that is personal or about his gimmick or whatever. But one thing I do want to shout out is he and a couple of big time fans of wrestling, Stephen A, and a couple guys put together a donation drive for Masashi Takeda, whose wife actually died overseas unexpectedly. So Takeda, who's the world's #1 deathmatch wrestler, is having to take time off to raise his child on his own. And so they got a bunch of deathmatch ring-worn stuff and gear and put it all together and had an auction this Tuesday. And they raised almost $5,000 US for Takeda. So even though you are not the best deathmatch wrestler in the world, you're an amazing human being for doing that. And we in the deathmatch community really appreciate that being out there for people to contribute to. So cool. That's my piece. I'm done.
Yeah. Oh no, and just one last thing before GCW. Shout out to actually, I'm not giving fuck it to shout out. Thank you, JW. Thank you, fucking John Wayne Murdoch, for fucking hitting fucking Kevin Gill with the damn light tube. It was great.
I think this is the first time we've had 5 one last things in one segment. I'm just saying. Just one more, and just one last thing, and then one more thing, and just one more thing, and then here goes Angel, and then Angel's like, one last thing. So yeah, that's a lot going on there. So I think from here we're gonna head towards Japan now, I believe, to talk a little bit of.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
The one.
Are we prepared to put Angel in timeout?
Oh, what happened?
Well, we're moving on to here. Let me get the banner going too, so we can just get it right there.
Oh, fucking life. Okay. Well, you know, I will save Evil last because I do have a positive thing to say about Evil, but I want to save that to the end because it's gonna go to another rant. It goes to another rant, but stick with me here. Don't worry. I will get to Evil. I will say, New Japan, regardless of what I've been saying about hey Dad, hey, I've always been a cat man. I love cats so much better. Anyways, but yes, so New Japan had two great shows Saturday and Sunday. Well, great is let's say very good shows with some really good matches in between both of them. I will say that was one thing that did surprise me is between the singles and tag matches and all that, the Great Okan continues to have really good singles matches. So again, focusing on young talent, and you know, you have young talent, you push them, and he beat 2 former IWGP heavyweight champions between actually Homa wasn't one, but he did beat Kojima in a very good match. So again, you have young talent beating older talent, and I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna keep referencing that. I'm gonna keep referencing. It's
not a hard concept. It's not that hard.
It's not a hard concept, you know. And then we have the junior tag team champions, right? And we have Tiger Mask, an older wrestler, with Robbie Eagles, who's a younger guy. Unfortunately, they lost their belt to Master Wato and Taguchi. So now Taguchi is the 69th junior tag team champion. Which, if anyone knows Taguchi, he's very big on 69.
Yep,
that's all I'll say about that. He's very big on 69, so very good for him.
You know their team name is 6 or 9, right?
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. And so we have in the main event of that event, we had Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Sonata. Now, typically with Tanahashi's age, you start putting him in the grandpa role that we start to see with some other guys. But Tanahashi can still go. He's still one of the best wrestlers out there, and it blows my mind because he has injuries galore, but yet he got a great match at Sonata, and finally Sonata is a singles champion. He is a U.S. heavyweight champion. Excited for Sonata. That caught me off guard because one thing is Sonata just never gets the big one, so I'm glad to see what he wants to do. And again, Sonata, we're seeing a lot of these New Japan guys are talking about how they're gonna go ahead, and he wants to go against guys in the U.S. So it's super exciting about that. Now let's go.
Did you say from the U.S. or in the U.S.?
In the U.S.
like in the U.S.
He might actually. It wants to be surprised if he goes to the U.S. to defend that title.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, that's one thing. So then we're yeah, no problem. So then we're going to night 2, and we're just going to skip some of the other matches. We're going to go to Yano versus Suzuki in a dog cage match. I really wanted to hate this match. Because it's such a stupid concept. It's such a really stupid concept. It's exactly what you imagine of them trying to put each other in. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, there you go. You got a full face of him. Okay, buddy, here's your cookies. So yeah, so it's trying to put each other in a dog cage match. Now, what's crazy about this is because Toru Yano is like the comedy guy. In other promotions, the comedy guy doesn't do shit and he's just kind of pointless. But for whatever reason, he has Suzuki's number. He beats Suzuki all the time, whether it's hook, it was a hook, cheating, whatever. He always wins. And this one, it was another case of you think Suzuki's about to win, and then Toru Yano outsmarts him, locks him up inside the dog cage, and then wins, and then locks him with a young lion. So
that poor guy.
That poor guy, and then of course Suzuki does super angry and all that, and then he's choking at the young lion with him. It was actually a pretty fun match considering it was kind of just full of shenanigans, but that's all right. And then you had the main event.
Did you see his post-match promo?
Oh no, I didn't see it. What do you say?
Suzuki was so furious. He said, "I'm going to kill Yano in the cage." He was saying that while he's still stomping on the young lion.
Which, by the way, he's going to be at WrestleMania weekend, and I already saw One Texas Promotion promote him. So I feel really bad for anyone who has to wrestle him because he's not very happy right now. He's like no one wants to be put in a fucking dog cage. Like, come on.
He's in Bloodsport and Janela's Spring Break Night 1, I think.
And then he's also in a Texas show as well. I saw someone just shit at me. And then you have the great Okada versus Naito in the fucking main event, and I don't. It's just greatness. I like no words can express they did callbacks to old moves. They don't freaking do. They haven't done in years, and they're calling they're doing different stuff. Like some of this, they would set up other moves. It would just words cannot express how great it is. Honestly, you have to
broke out the Stardust press.
Yeah, and then Okada did that one move where he just lifts him up on the shoulder and shit like that.
Heavy Rain.
Yeah, there. Thank you. Yeah. So I mean, in my opinion, this is the best match they've ever had, and they've had a lot of great matches. In my opinion, this is the best one they've had. Unfortunately, not in front of a crowd, so it just kind of kills it. But still, overall, great stuff. Now, so I'll say those are the matches you need to check out. So,
here we go.
Dude, the tag title match was fine. The tag title.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go to the tag match. The tag match. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I first watched it, I was watching this. I was kind of bored, so I started reading up about Ukraine, Russia, because I was like, I'm more interested in work than I am in actual tag match. But let me finish my point. But then I went back a second time. After JP recommended saying, "Hey, this is actually all right," and I was like, okay. The shenanigans were still kind of there, but they wrestled like oh my god, you can just wrestle and have it you can have a little bit of shenanigans here and there and sparse it out, but it was overall a wrestling match. And I'm not even a big Goto fan. I think he's kind of boring, but hey, he had a decent match out of Evil, which I mean. That's sad. That's what we are in the state for the IWGP Tag Team Champions. Is that it was an all right match. But when it comes to Evil, at this point, that's what we're at, right? So then let's go to the previous night when it was a 6-man match. Now I'm not gonna lie, I lasted 5 fucking minutes because I'm like, okay, let's see how this goes. before the fucking bell rings, there was fucking interference. Before the fucking bell rings.
How can you interfere in something that hasn't started?
If the match hasn't started, it's not interference then.
Fine, I don't care what the fuck it is. It is fine. It's not interference, but it's still people coming in, interrupting the entrance, and just fucking. It's just like fuck. Can we let the bell ring? Please let the bell ring. Let's at least have a fucking match. Let's do the stupid shit where they do back and forth. You know, where they do like and then they just point at each other like the fucking Spider-Man meme. Like, oh hey, good job. Oh, you almost got me there with your flips. Even though we do the same fucking start every fucking match that we do every single time. At least give me that. You know, but no, let's just start with fucking interference. So I didn't even fucking last. I didn't fuck that shit. That shit pissed me off. But I will say this, and I will say this about fucking New Japan. I will say this about New Japan right now. Say what you will about fucking Evil. Say what you will about other guys that made like Great O'Khan. But what thing is, they're focusing on the future. They focus on, wait a minute, we have these young wrestlers. They're kind of over. Oh my God, we have these older wrestlers, these ones that are already established. Oh my God, let's put them over. What a foreign concept of focusing on your young talent. And Evo's not that young, he's like in his 30s. But still, a guy who they want to push for whatever fucking reason. I don't understand it, Dick fucking Togo. You're ruining your fucking legacy, you motherfucker. Anyways, but at least they're focusing there. Unlike fucking Noah, every fucking time I come in here and I praise Noah for everything that they do, right? And even I did not get a chance to really appreciate this, but the other guy who I cannot stand is 2022 Keiji Muto. You're right. Cannot stand his ass because he refuses to do jobs. This dude injured his shoulder as a tag team champion just because it was like, oh no, my shoulder hurts now. Okay, I can't wrestle. But before he loses the fucking belt, so he vacates the belt. What the fuck? So get this. He within the last 20 singles matches, he lost one. And it was against another old wrestler. But then he goes ahead and he's injured, whatever, works out for us. Thank God. So I'm fucking great right now because you know what? Noah is gonna focus on their young talent. We have Nakajima, who's a JC heavyweight champion. We have Keno, who's a natural champion. I'm like, oh my goodness, we're gonna be great. But then no, because someone decided to I'm gonna go back to fucking Inokiism. For people that know what Inokiism is, back in the damn 2000s when they gave Inoki the booking New Japan, it became a whole shit show because he just wanted to push MMA fucking shooters, and it did not work for New Japan whatsoever. It was the dark days. It was the dog days of New Japan. It was called Inokiism. Look it up. So you know what? Noah's like, hey, we're on top of the world right now. What can we do? Oh, let's go and put it on every other fucking old person we have in the fucking world. So first off, Keno loses to an MMA talent. JP, I forget his name. I apologize. JP will probably know. But he's 55 years old. Loses in 3 fucking minutes. Now get it. He's an MMA legend. I love it.
Didn't he join the Congo group after that?
He fucking joins Congo. Why the fuck are you joining Congo after you beat him for 3 minutes? It makes no fucking sense. But I'm like, that's okay because we have Nakajima. Fucking Nakajima. He's like, he's taking us to the Wonderland. I'm super fucking excited. So what the fuck happens? He goes against the dude Fujita. This MMA legend who's in it, who's like 56, 57. And he fucking loses. And Fujita now is the fucking heavyweight champion. So now we have a combined total of 100. It's 107 years old between the national champion and the freaking heavyweight champion. And if Keiji Muto was there, this shit be combined with all 3 fucking belts. Your champions would be a total of 160 fucking years old. What the fuck is that? Are you serious? Is that what the fuck we're doing? Let's just fucking throw every fucking. You know what? Hey, I'm telling you right now. I feel bad. I feel bad for Ninja Mac because he's way too young. Ninja Mac needs to hit his fucking 50s before they'll fucking do something with him. Because clearly, if you're under 50, no one will do shit with you. Fuck.
We're super happy for you, Ninja Mac. We appreciate you sharing our video.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Appreciate Ninja Mac.
We appreciate you for Ninja Mac sharing our video. This is not a statement about you. This is totally about Keiji Muto and Noah.
It's not, but it's just frustrating because I'm like,
take a left at Noah and go straight to New Japan. Please take a detour from Noah and go straight to New Japan.
It's just frustrating, guys. It's just like
Is it? Could not tell. Could not tell. It was frustrating at all. Yeah, I'm glad you clarified that.
Bro, no, you know, like it's just like you know, like people mock people mock fucking WV and Goldberg and shit like that. Like I get it. I've never understood Goldberg, but I get it. All right. I don't understand these two guys. These two guys are MMA legends. They're not fucking wrestling legends. They're not. I get Keiji Muto because he's Keiji Muto. These guys are not on that level, unfortunately. Maybe in MMA, but they're not Keiji Muto level. So even my issues with Keiji Muto, it's Keiji fucking Muto, right? Man, fuck Noah. Fucking pissed off. That's my reason with Japan.
Fuck no.
So at least New Japan is pushing Evil, he's 35, 36. I don't know what fucking age he is. What? But you know what? At least he's fucking young.
It's Funaki, the guy who beat Keno.
Funaki, yes. He'll be in.
Well, hey, just to give you more ammo next time, him and Keno are going for the tag team titles.
You don't like that?
That's perfect.
I know, buddy. Okay, go over there.
Angel and is like, hello.
Wow.
The true star of the show.
Man, the comment section was popping. You got anything else on your mind?
No, Keiji Muto he's not taking retired. He says when he comes back, he wants to go for a national championship belt. Which originally, when it was Keno, I'm like, please stop burning young guys. But you know what? That's his contemporary. Fucking going against Funaki, fucking 56 feet. Yeah, there you go. Oh, fuck off. You know what? And then
what?
Oh Lord. Man. And I'm done. Fucking right. Noah. That's all I gotta say. Fucking Noah. Hey, but have new app though. Get the app. The app is fucking awesome. I wish New Japan would have a fucking app like Noah's.
Yeah, New Japan's app is pretty bad. I mean, I haven't used it in a couple years, but last time I used it was pretty bad.
It hasn't gotten better. It has not gotten better.
It hasn't changed.
I don't even know where to go from this after that. It's just like holy shit.
Checkers. maybe we'll be better watching.
And I'll say next week. Yeah, and yeah, I was gonna do that next week. Oh, we'll say in the positive for New Japan, they do have the New Japan Cup coming up soon. I'll talk more about it next week because there's way too many freaking matchups. It's like what? How many people is it again? It's not 60 something, right? It was like was it 60 something? I forget. But JP froze.
48.
Huh? Yeah.
48.
So next week I'll point out some matchups like the one off the top of my head I know it's like Desperado and Okada. So normally for the anniversary show, you would have the junior champion and the heavyweight champion go up against each other. Like we saw like Okada versus Ospreay. So we see some key matchups. So, but instead of doing that for the anniversary show, they're doing it as a matchup for one of round one. So. I'll talk about it next week, but that's all I have about Noah and Japan and all that good stuff.
I have an announcement I forgot about that we would care about here in the pit.
Something's really loud. Sorry, go ahead.
So last night there was a premiere of Heavy Metal Wrestling's Before Love Embrace Death. It premiered on IWTV and Mercer made an announcement. Aaron Mercer made an announcement. So something immediately came from that. And this morning, Aaron Mercer was announced as entrant number 3 at Trainwreck Pro's Southern Sickness.
Yes.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude.
For those of y'all that remember, Luchador Insane and Ruben went up to that to represent Texas last May. And so they're only on entrant. They've only announced 3 entrants so far. I believe the first one was John Wayne Murdoch. I can't remember who was the second one off the top of my head, but Aaron Mercer's number 3. That's a really big deal. That's a 16-man 2-day tournament that always turns up huge. Like Trainwreck Pro does not fuck around. All their deathmatch shows are big. They're huge. That's a big shout out to Aaron Mercer for that.
Last year, they actually became very notorious and just in everywhere, even sports, because there was a fire spot that was done by one guy, and he unfortunately got himself on fire, and he ran around in the building. Yeah, so the guy next to me was throwing beer on him, throwing beer on his crotch. So
no fire spots in Indianapolis.
Yeah, please.
No,
Don't do that. I legit. I was like, oh, dude, I'm about to see. I've seen some people die, whatever. But I mean, I'm about to see someone burnt to death.
Yes, 100%. I thought I was like, great, it's happened. It is actual death match. This guy is going to die.
Yep. But yeah, so shout out to Aaron Mercer. Yeah, I was gonna say, Brad, because is this one of his first shows outside of Texas, or has he done other stuff outside of Texas before?
It's his first death match, I think, that's outside of Texas. I know, but I don't.
First tournament.
I don't think that it's his first show. It could be. A lot of the heavy metal guys looked really heavily.
It's not okay.
But I don't think it's his first show out of Texas.
It's
not.
Well, it's awesome because I know I saw one of his
tournament though, his first deathmatch tournament.
Yeah, it's awesome because I know I saw a post where he's like, I really want to get booked in more deathmatch stuff. So this is there you go.
Yeah, I mean, you really got to respect Mercer's drive. Like, if you really look at that story, that's been a really good story to watch. And as much as it sucks, like being there, like I remember seeing Aaron Mercer at Wrestle Circus years and years and years ago when Hybrid used to work their undercard. And we actually have a picture in the group, one of our big group photos on a Wrestle Circus ring, and Mercer's in it. And a couple months later, I think, was when he blew out his knee at the deathmatch tournament. And watching that story come back and to see where he's been able to go, I mean, you see a lot of people that always fear like getting injured. Will I lose my spot? Will I lose my momentum? Will people remember me when I'm back? And when you look at Mercer, not only being able to be motivated,
bigger and better,
come back super early from when he was supposed to, but he came back. Him, Ruben, and several other guys put Texas Wrestling with a couple other companies on their back and continued to run small, respectable, COVID-appropriate shows and really helped keep live wrestling going. And now he's on top of heavy metal wrestling with the Bare Knuckles Championship, new chapter of heavy metal. It's really great opportunity to see. It was really great to see the opportunity that's been given to him post knee injury and what he's doing with them. Like, this guy's going to be on a grand scale.
Let me change the words you just said though. He's like given to him. He's like, no, the opportunity's earned since he's came back. Like he deserves every single one of them.
Anything away,
I know.
But
I just wanted to clarify that. I know that's not what you meant by that.
Like just like handed to him on a silver platter. I mean,
you said given. I just wanted to clarify. He's earned every single one. Yeah.
Right. Like when you look at the opportunity with ICW, like he mentioned when he was on the show, he's like, well, we were kind of on ICW. I was like, what do you mean kind of on ICW? You were already the longest match, and the match was supposed to be 7 minutes longer than it was. Like, that's a huge opportunity. That's almost unheard of to end up on a show like ICW's main show in the chains and get more time than anyone else. It was big. Like, it's just the chances that continue to open up, the doors that are there to be knocked on. He kicks every one of them down. Like, you really talk about somebody doing the best with what they've got. You've got to look at Aaron Mercer. And really and truly, like, that entire heavy metal roster kind of exudes that energy, like everywhere they go, everywhere they work. And I know it's not really like a heavy metal type of drive, but a lot of those guys that are working in that program have that same energy. And I really believe that surfaces in companies like Heavy Metal, PPW, Mission Pro, like having that fan base that's also behind people that are really strong booking and are there and committed to their product. It's just been an amazing 3 years for Aaron Mercer, man. Like, just amazing.
Yeah, with a huge rocky road in the middle of it. Yeah.
Right.
that's what makes it the major part of that.
Does something smell? I feel like
God.
something smells around here.
I felt like I was about to.
Oh man,
Something made me vomit.
Yeah.
Just all of a sudden came.
Oh, that's what it is. Don't you have like to bail yourself out of something.
All the energy's gone now from the show. Thank you very much.
All the air has been sucked out of the room.
We
Fuck
have
that
been
guy.
using the PPW poster for darts at the house. If you hit Nastico, we give you $50.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
quickly running out of money, but I also feel like it's a worthy investment.
It's totally worth every penny. Unlike Nastico and anything he has to do with it.
It's totally not worth the money.
What a
worth
bum.
shit.
We do an anti-booking fee for Nastico. We pay the promoters more than they would pay Nastico to not have him there.
To keep him away. Oh.
What if we picketed Nastico? Like, can you imagine like a Southern Baptist style picketing of Nastico? Like he just rolls.
What's the name of that church that does that shit?
Yeah,
That's it. It was like the Southern Baptist.
With a bunch of signs that say things like "God hates Nastico" and shit, like just like crazy type of shit, man. That's a good one. I'm gonna keep that one.
I love it.
That's a step up from the band poster that I had at the entrance. Yeah, which I don't even know why I brought that up because that's a sore subject. But
took it to the dome, Josh.
moving on. What did I? Whoa, shit!
Oh my god.
We already had one rant on here, Nastico. We can't start another
We've
one.
already been here for an hour. We can't go for another hour. Shit.
Oh wait, is
That
it
wouldn't
time?
even be enough. That wouldn't even be. No, I'm just saying. He said, "What did I ever do wrong?" I said, "We don't have time to fucking talk about everything."
That's like a whole special edition.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be our 100th episode. Just 2 hours of us highlighting a third of the things Nastico did wrong on Wednesday.
Maybe, yeah. We might be able to get to a third of them. Yeah. Oh my god, man, we were having such a great fun show, and then this motherfucker shows up, and
I know. It's just kind of like.
so we got to move on. So I guess this is a good time to just like try to get closer to ending the show. Now that he's here, we probably should get the fuck out of here. So let's go to the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Like we said last week, we wanted to do entrances, entrance musics, entrance themes. They weren't one-offs, right? It had to be
anything that any wrestler ever used multiple times. Nothing one-off. Nothing that was ever like, oh, I came out one time as a joke.
Yeah.
So I thought about.
This is a really good point that this bitch makes. Suzuki actually was just announced for the VIP Dallas.
Mel told us that, not him. Mel told us that, not him.
I said it first. Nastico.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool.
So y'all know. I said
take that credit right back.
Check y'all's messages.
That's 1 minute for Numero Dos. Right and he knows he deserves it. He knows he deserves it. He would have done it himself. Don't ever give Nastico credit for shit.
You gave Nastico
How dare
credit.
How dare you? So yeah, so definitely Numero Dos is not going first. We're gonna start. Who are we gonna start with this time? I guess did I go first last week? I can't remember.
No, I went first last week.
You did?
Okay.
No, I went first the week before.
Hey, Josh, you should go first because we took all your picks last time.
That's right.
Okay. Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah. So let me have. So y'all be taking my picks this time.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's been. That's enough time to bring him back now. Right. You knew better.
Damn,
okay.
Nastico.
You knew better.
You had to go there?
No, he knew that. Nasty, you know damn well who I called a bitch.
Slap the shit out that motherfucker. Okay, so we're gonna start with Mike. So I'm gonna start with one that I think, I don't know, to me it's like should be on everyone's Mount Rushmore for entrances, and it starts with just a dum. Once you hear the bell, like you know shit's about to get real. Yeah. It's the Undertaker's entrance theme. When you've seen it on TV, it's one thing. When you've seen it in person, when you've seen it at a WrestleMania, it's just those are just, and it takes forever, but you don't even care. Like I think that's one of the most iconic entrances in wrestling.
Agreed.
Love or hate him, love or whatever, but I mean, just that, and he's been using that same one for quite a while.
Years.
So I got to just say that one. I don't know if anyone else has it.
Nope.
Nope, I don't have that one, but that was close.
So, and then I'm going to go to the original theme, not original, but I guess it's back in the 80s, the theme that Ric Flair used to use, because you would hear those horns hit.
Yeah.
Me as a kid, I was just like, here comes this guy, man. Somebody better beat this motherfucker. Because I hated him. He always won. He always cheated. And I can't remember the name of the song. It's Dong, 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 Dong. Yeah, not the bullshit fucking hip hop, whatever version they do at WWE now.
Yeah.
Like, and then kind of getting a little more recent, and it's another, I guess, a WWE, or it was the NXT when he started with it, was Nakamura's entrance.
Damn it!
Is the one that I freaking love.
Damn it!
Okay.
I knew I was gonna get somebody. That's why I'm glad I went first. I said somebody
No,
are gonna
that's
have
why
one of these.
I have a whole bunch of them. So that's just okay.
So I got to go with Nakamura. I love it. I used to drive I remember. I think it was at the Rumble in San Antonio, and I was driving up through the line because I knew I had thing, and I just had the music playing, and everybody's lining to go in, and I just had my car cranking with his music, and everybody was just rocking to it, and it's just a fucking cool song, and the dance, and then now with Pat McAfee, what he does whenever the music gets, it's just making it still even more because that guy starts acting a fool, and that guy's a genius, and I know we don't talk about the Evil, so moving on, and then of course this is the fourth one's got a lot of meaning for me for multiple reasons. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. It's my favorite non-Metallica song of all time, which if y'all know me, Metallica is my favorite. So it's Cult of Personality, CM Punk. The first time, and the part that makes me like that even the most was the first time he ever used it, when he made the return after Cena won the belt, and then he's like, motherfucker, I'm back. With that song, I lost my shit. You can ask my ex-wife, I had to leave the room because Charlie had just fell asleep. I was just because it was just such a great moment. So yeah, that one, and then of course, whenever it hit again, because then we revisited it 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
and then we're watching it, and I'm watching it with Charlie at AEW. Whenever we're is he coming? He's coming, and then it hits the moment again. It's just oh shit, So that's just a personal thing. So yeah, I'm going with Cult of Personality, CM Punk.
Yeah. Definitely gave you chills with that AEW one. That came up in one of the videos I was looking at, and just seeing that again, I still got chills, man. Just
they didn't even talk. A whole segment was just the song and him coming into the ring. He didn't even cut a promo. Nobody said shit. We'll be right back. And then it was
so awesome.
Yeah. So from the first time to then his return time, that song, and like I said, and that's I always thought that was one of the coolest fucking songs because it had 4 guitar solos that make no fucking sense at all. It was just so cool. Songs usually have the one solo. That one has fucking 4 guitar solos in it. And they just shred. So okay, so that's my 4.
I like Jeff's comment about the Sandman entrance, and I think to go even a step further, Sandman at the Hammerstein at ECW's 2005 show is one of the greatest wrestling entrances of all time.
Of all time.
Full song. Whole place singing along. He came from the rafters down to the floor, beer everywhere. It's great. If you've got 4 minutes and you can find that clip without Peacock or with Peacock, I'm an investor, so get Peacock.
It's not on Peacock because the song.
That's right. They edited out of all the WWE stuff, so they don't have to pay royalties.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Brad, you're killing me because that was another one I had.
So I gotta say first also, or again, this Rushmore was really, really hard because there's this. Entrances in wrestling to me is such a big part of wrestling.
Yep.
Like me, and I'm not even a talent and whatever, but just me picking out the song that I come out to for my shows was kind of it took me I racked my brain forever for it because it was this has to matter. You can't just pick whatever, you have to hear that music and then you're oh shit, it's just really hard. All the ones y'all are saying, I don't disagree with any of them.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you're watching it later, promoters, turn your fucking entrance music up, man. Nothing will kill a crowd more than when a wrestler comes out and it's
Oh, I totally agree.
Oh yeah.
Promoters and that song kicks in, good or bad, man. That's a real big moment, dude. And if you think about it, all of your mentions are Josh's first mention was the famous Undertaker gong. Imagine if that was on level 3.
Why'd the lights turn out? What happened? You didn't even hear the thing.
Was that a text message? All right.
Yep.
Well, Brad, you might as well go since.
Yeah, no more of those. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm excited about mine. So number 1 on mine is a strong one. Is the Hardy Boys theme that they used back in '99. Not only that, this song is so fucking iconic. It's been in television shows. It was on Pawn Stars. It's been in movies.
Oh yeah.
It's been featured in lots of places. This is just confirmed all around fantastic song inside and outside the wrestling community. And we talk about that bass kicked in. You knew you were about to see some badass shit. The Hardy Boys never disappointed. So that song really came. It was a great package to see on Christmas morning.
Extreme, when they had Lita with them too, and that you could hear Stupid Cole's stupid voice. But yeah, go ahead.
My next one was just as iconic, and I chose this one because this was a song that people could recognize even if they weren't wrestling fans, because this particular gimmick was over worldwide, and that was the NWO theme. just because like it's such an iconic song. Everybody knew it. That new world. Yeah, it was just crazy. Like it caught on in the entire world. Like nobody in the world didn't know what was going on with the NWO. Like Hogan was an icon. Wrestling was actually super acceptable in the media and society in the 80s and early 90s. So the heel turn of Hogan was big, and it was immediately met with that song. So that's a strong one. Another one is from WCW that none of y'all are going to have on your list, and I don't even give a fuck. Billy Kidman's WCW theme song was the bomb. If y'all remember it, or if you don't, it's on Spotify. And if you remember his song from WCW, it was a nice little jazzer, man. Like it was good. It was another guy that would come up shooting star press. Like nobody was really doing that back then on television. That was a great thing to hear.
Billy Kidman's badass too.
Indie Theme, Shane Strickland, Shaka Khan, Ain't Nobody, man. Like everybody in the building will sing that song. They've done a lights out version of that where they turn the music off and the fans just sing it. Like they've been able to play that song multiple times. Like it's such a big deal to hear Shaka Khan's Ain't Nobody. And one of the things that I say, a lot of people talk about the music that Tony Khan buys. I bet you can get that song really cheap too, man. I bet Shaka Khan will probably let you pay that for easy royalties. Get it. Let people listen.
Well,
so before we move on to
the at Defy Wrestling up at Seattle, and he actually came out to that song too, and the whole crowd was singing that song again.
Man, the Defy was where they did music off, and they sang along to it. Man, like his last show there, as he came out, he hit the turnbuckles, music went off, lights went out, only that overhead light, and you could just hear the crowd singing it. It honestly was equal to Fozzy. Like I know y'all are gonna say, "Oh, there's way more people with Fozzy," but like that vibe, like it really, like the whole room was singing it. It was good.
Okay, so before we move on to JP's, I'm gonna do some kind of honorable mentions because the comments are going crazy.
Yeah.
So we got the Brood, we got Big Show. I know, fuck that guy. Who said it? Not Big Show. Evolutions was a badass song. Taker, of course. Cena's Thugonomics theme. Triple H. Terry Funk. Amarillo by Morning Entrance. Suzuki, Sandman, Kane, Rey Mysterio, $1 Million Man. Stone Cold's Glass Shattering. Izzy James' entrance, his new song is amazing. It's a remake of the Bullet with Butterfly Wings, I think. Fabulous Freebirds, World Class Wrestling. That was a big.
Excessive Violence song is great.
Because I think they're talking about Bad Street USA. I was assuming was what Anthony's talking about. Kerry Von Erich's music was Modern Day Warrior by Rush. Fucking awesome song. And Demolitions. So those are pretty cool shout outs. I didn't want it to get too far. There's been so many. I didn't want to be 50 of these later at the end. I think so. We might do more if y'all keep them coming.
And I'm pretty sure where some of the ones we're gonna say were mentioned, but
that's fine.
We can add more.
It's still your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
your Mount Rushmore is supposed to be your 4. You ain't supposed to change it just because somebody else said something. It's supposed to be your top 4, regardless. So go ahead, JP.
One of them mentioned that I got my 4, like it's out of order, but I got a Suzuki's theme before the remix one where the whole crowd was just singing. It was more rocked out.
Yeah.
I had the old like you had, Josh, the original Ric Flair theme back in the 80s.
I think it's Space Odyssey, right? Wasn't it Space Odyssey? Was that the movie?
I think so.
Space Odyssey or something like that. Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then see, the third one I had, like, I was really trying to think hard. The third one I remember because this is like, I know this is like during the Heyman era in ECW where he get all the songs. It was pretty much unlicensed and everything.
Yeah, he didn't.
But there was the Sandman's theme with Enter Sandman with Metallica.
Of course.
Which was the third one. And the fourth one, which ironically is one of my favorites because before they went to WCW and WWE, Public Enemy came out to Here Comes the Hot Stepper, and it was so much fun. And you see the entire crowd waving their hands like crazy, like they're in a concert.
Yep.
And it was just so much fun to see, especially when they returned and they confronted Dudleys, and the crowd went crazy when they started hearing that song. So that's my 4 there.
All
hey,
right.
Reed. Hey, so I know I just put it in our internal chat, but the song that y'all are referencing that Ric Flair came out to, the official name of it is Also Sprach Zarathustra.
Yeah.
30.
Yes. Space Odyssey. Yeah, Space Odyssey.
Okay.
I just want to know. I just want someone to tell me that every time someone asked Ric Flair what his theme was, he said, "Woo!" You know,
he said,
"Woo!"
I was gonna say, I think it's Ric Flair 73 probably won't even remember what the name of it was.
Right. Cool.
Astra
All right.
Zertha 30 is that?
Opera 30.
Ric Flair's too busy feuding with Becky Lynch over the man name, so I think he has other things to worry about, I guess.
This is the game.
That's true.
Awesome.
Too.
All right, Mel. You're up.
All right.
Is there any left? There should be a ton of them.
I'm surprised some of mine weren't said, but then again, I don't know, I'm different from y'all. All right. So the first theme song, the first theme song that ever really got stuck in my head forever and ever, and my mom probably was looking at me sideways, was Shawn Michaels' "Sexy Boy."
That was close for me because he's my all-time favorite.
You got that.
When Scary Sherry sang it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the best, and then they redid it, but I was like, no, why? But
that was the one.
Shawn Michaels, I mean,
singing his own song.
As a young child, I should not have been singing that, but whatever, it's cool. And I don't think this theme song gets as much as respect, but I loved it. I thought it was catchy as hell. I made it my theme song for when my husband called me. Was the Bobby Roode. Glorious.
Oh, nice.
Glorious. Oh, dude.
Yeah, me and the kids loved that so much when it was.
He was so over.
He was so over. And
dude, that's what I was talking about JP the other day. I was like, what happened?
Dude, seriously, like he was so over. The theme song was so over. Yeah, they're like, oh, how can we kill it? Let's just, just make him shave and get rid of his everything that made him who he is. But whatever.
Did y'all know that was originally supposed to be Nakamura's theme?
Yep.
Yep.
It was exactly.
Yep, it was.
I was about to say the same thing.
Good
change. And Nakamura's theme song was perfect. I loved it, but you took it, so I'm changing mine.
Jeff's got a good one. I Am Jesus.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, Anthony's Tito Santana's was pretty cool back in the day too. Yeah.
The one that I really like, and of course it's changed now that she signed to AEW, but it was always even before I worked for her, I really liked it because it was her own, was Thunder Rosa's.
So good.
It's just her name, and it's all, but it's rock. It's something totally.
The one they made when that one. Okay, the one they made just for her, not the one before.
The one that they made for her, not when she used to come out to the Selena music, although that was great.
No, they made that for her own. That was before her MMA fight. They made that song.
So right before her MMA fight, they came up with the Thunder Rosa Rock, and then AEW kind of stayed on that too. That to me was just like, I don't know, it went off. It went off a little.
You got excited at the fight.
Yeah, it got excited you to fight, and it got excited you just for like, it just gets you pumped.
Yeah, it was a good one. The rocking song. Yep.
Yeah, so I love that, the whole Thunder Rosa, go. I liked it. It was great.
Yeah.
The fourth one, I'm just so torn. And I don't care if y'all hate me. I don't care, because this song would always get stuck in my head. But stupid Shane McMahon's stupid song. Here comes the money.
Here we go.
That's stupid. I'm not gonna lie. When he came back, I popped hard as hell, and I sang that song and his stupid dance. I was like, "Do your stupid dance." I'm not gonna even hate you anymore for it. Yeah.
Yep. I like when HBK did that when they were impersonating them back with Triple H was doing Vince and
that was the greatest.
That was the best. It's the stupidest dance, but damn,
that was awesome. Yeah,
that song is like the Shane McMahon song is just, it's so stupid catchy. I was like, why, man?
Yeah.
And just, you know what? Shout out to indie talent who, just real quick, Maddie with that stupid laugh from the Spice Girls. I know she's changed up her song a little bit, but she left the laughing from the Spice Girls.
Yeah,
so I give it to her. That's She started to get known for it. She couldn't change it.
I was gonna say it's that one too. I don't want to sound biased, I didn't want to say Chandler's Cowboy or Maddie's girl. Yeah,
I saw JoJo said Chandler Hopkins theme. I was gonna say, which one do you like more? You like? Didn't Chandler use "You Got a Friend in Me" for a while?
Yeah, but Cowboy's the one though.
You Got a Friend in Me by Randy Newman, but now he mostly uses "Cowboy" by Kid Rock.
That's the one I like.
Yeah, me too.
Good song, James. It's a good song.
Yep. All right. And then you meet.
Okay, so I just like, because honestly, it's hard for me to pick like four, because I had like a whole list of them, and because I knew y'all were gonna pick a whole bunch of them, and y'all did. But what I did was, this was okay. These are the ones where either they're iconic because they had like that start, or the fans get along with it. So I have my four. Okay, so first is Chris Hero. Like that fucking, when that shit comes on, everyone's just fucking rapping to it. People don't need like fucking rap. They're like, yo, who's your hero? It's Chris Hero. Like, yeah, man, that was always good. Like, gets everyone fucking hype. Always love that. With that also being said, another one that I loved, and no people forgot about his theme song, but Adam Cole's original theme song with Ring of Honor when it was I Got Something For You. I remember going to like the Ring of Honor show, and he was always like, I got something. He would do like the whole shit with his hands and shit like that. Shit was catchy. It's actually a song I still play on my fucking I almost said iPod. No, but fuck like playlist.
I thought he was gonna bring that back when he went to AEW. Honestly.
I thought so too, but he went back to his.
We're hoping
shit.
Final Countdown for freaking Brian Daniels.
I know.
Tony Khan paying like $10 million for that song. So
I know. And then another one for me is always Kenny Omega's Devil Sky, his New Japan theme song. It's just iconic. And what's funny, what I always remember about it is the first time I saw Kenny Omega. He was coming out with a broomstick because he was called the cleaner. Cleaner. Yeah. So like his shit, dun 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 dun. He was like sweeping shit like that. Like that shit was always
great.
fun.
Yeah,
it's great. Yeah, it's great. And last but not least, I mean, fucking Austin. When you hear that glass break,
that's your ass.
That was a good
one. That one that's iconic to me. Like your theme songs need one or two things. They need to be get crowd participation. Or you once you hear it, boom, you know who it is.
Like The Rock.
Yeah,
The Rock's
another good one. Yep.
Like when you hit that.
Yeah,
that's
what I had too. I was like, man, there were just so many theme songs. I never thought about it.
You know what?
And we could have done a top 10 list from all.
I know.
Like we could have all came up with 10 like that.
And the funny thing is, this is one that it counts, but it's like New Jack's fucking like theme song. Like, come on, yo, it played the whole time. Like, what theme song plays the whole time? Oh yeah, hey, D'Lo Brown, yeah. That was a good one too. Yeah, so those are my top 4. It was hard. Cool. It was hard. That's what
very hard.
I'm ignoring all of Nastico's recommendations. Fuck that guy.
And it's Sick Nick Manos coming out to Pop Roach's Last Resort back then.
I can't believe you call me Voldemort, you asshole. Fucking bitch.
Damn.
Oh my god, why do we allow this guy? Shouldn't he be in Facebook jail or something?
I know, it's been a while. Isn't there somebody who needs to report it?
Voldemort, isn't that something bad? I don't know. Fuck,
I know. Everybody go report Nastico. He hasn't been in Facebook
I don't even know where
for a while.
I think I know where that's from, but I'm not going to
just take a post and report it. Facebook's not even going to check it. Like, yeah, fuck that guy. Get in here.
He's already has like 5 strikes to just kick him out.
Yeah, they're just going to assume you're being honest. They're like, welcome back, Nastico. Your bed's right over there. Facebook jail.
No one gonna bail you out this time, Nastico.
Man.
I'm gonna get a tattoo of Nastico getting arrested. Oh my god. Like, that was my favorite image. Watching him get carted out him and the rest
that's so great.
Cartel and handcuffs, man. That was my shit.
Yeah, I can't. It's probably the best thing until April 23rd when we see him cry at PPW. If they come back with it. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, you live. Come to the.
That's funny.
I can
all right, so
tell my sister the Nastico called me.
Yeah.
I'm asking everybody out there to please gift that and just keep it going.
Do not. If you call me Voldemort at a show, I'm gonna kick you in the dick.
There it is.
I don't have one though.
Hey,
people used to call me Bobby Hill, and I miss that shit. Most of the time, people call me Fester, which I'm okay with. But him coming here talking about Voldemort, your bitch ass.
Ooh, Nastico.
Oh damn,
Woo.
damn.
I'm fighting.
Now he knows what he's in for Halloween. Okay.
You know, Josh. It's funny. I just want to say, so you brought up the Taker theme song. I completely blanked out of my mind. Limp Bizkit Rolling. And I don't know why they hit the theme song for so long, but I blanked it out because it was like this is Limp Bizkit. But it was
but it's a Limp Bizkit sampling Metallica. Like
y'all are gonna show me for this. I never saw
That's a Sabbath True riff that they used on that Rolling.
Oh,
Oh wait, no,
Okay.
the rolling one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
What about Kid Rock's American Badass for Taker?
That's what, that's what I'm talking about.
That one
That's
too,
what I'm
yeah.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry.
Okay, American Bass. Okay.
I kind
I've
of
seen
But it's,
Taker
that's a
live
Metallica riff.
twice.
That's a Metallica riff. Yeah.
I think that was the one.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
I've seen it live
Tabitha.
twice. One of it was American Badass, and one of it was Rolling. I've never actually seen the Gong live in person.
Oh man.
What?
Wait,
Yeah,
oh,
Mania
you didn't go to a
25,
Rumble?
bro. Mania 25. I saw it.
So I saw it raw at the Rumble when he came out of the world.
And I was on the entrance aisle when that was.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
great. And that was when Sean did the one coming
for,
from above with the
for
white.
Mania 30. I was there. I heard the gong.
Yeah,
And then
Yeah,
when Taker lost,
same.
it was just utter silence.
Yeah.
It's amazing. His entrance is amazing.
I legit jumped out of my seat when Lesnar pinned. I'm like, what?
So what are we going to do next week?
Oh damn. No, Jeff, not one ass man.
Not one ass man. You're right, Jeff. I'm
Oh,
not saying
man.
I'm not one, but I didn't pick that. No.
Dang.
Yeah, no.
What do we do for a
Mount
What do we do?
Rushmore
Shit.
tournament. This
That's
is a really
best
good
tag
one.
team.
Episode, so it's got to be something big.
Best tag teams?
Have we done tag
Oh,
teams?
that's so hard.
We on
Okay.
tag teams?
We haven't done tag teams.
We have not done tag teams.
Hey, that's a good challenge for next week.
Okay,
then,
okay.
for the 100th episode. I like it.
But okay, but
Greatest
okay,
moments of the show. Get out of here, JoJo.
yeah, okay.
It's not
So
makeshift, not makeshift tag teams.
okay, no, that's fine. That makes you. Well,
Whoa,
wait,
okay,
hold on,
whoa,
wait a
whoa.
minute.
Yeah, but you got to talk about what about like WWE? They put two random people ass together, like Cesaro and.
But then,
what's
and then
his
they
name?
come up with a
TJ.
name though. Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
I was
but
thinking
hold
like
on.
off makeshift tag teams. I was thinking.
Okay,
Well,
but
I mean, I guess it's up to us. Whatever, if they were a tag team and we think they're in our top 4 all time.
so
they
then
probably weren't that much of a makeshift one. You know what I'm saying?
okay, so but what if it's like a group? What if it's like a Freebird thing where they go back and forth? Does that count?
We got to do this one time too, but we probably shouldn't.
You talking about the Freebird rule?
Yeah, like what about groups that have like it's like they're like it's like they have
They were
right?
tag team champions.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Like New Day, they consider them a
They
tag
had
team.
to be champions at some point.
No,
No.
I'm just saying, but that would qualify them as a tag team. If they were a tag team champion, how are you going to argue that they weren't a tag team? I'm not saying you have to be a tag team champion, but that's the argument.
Oh, easy. Lucha Baracho crew. We have been in the ring together. We have been a tag team together.
Alrighty then.
I just don't even know anymore. We were doing so well, so little timeouts, but yeah, he's just gone. So, y'all see, so that's the end of his 99th episode. We'll see him next week. But yeah, next week. That's a cool one too. Best face painted wrestlers. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, that's a good one. Yeah,
That's
because we did
too.
lucha masks.
Yeah, that's true.
We talked about doing that one too.
We haven't done it.
We haven't
We didn't do masks. We did luchadores, not masks.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. All right, so let's see. So next week, tune in our 100th episode. Mount Rushmore is greatest tag team, favorite tag teams.
Hell yeah!
And we'll see y'all next week.
Yep.
Fuck you. Let's go.
Let's go.
Adios.
See ya.